Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma, the two centre-halves we think will play, I've got some thinking to do. Because we saw the City defenders dropping in and then Son making those diagonal runs. So there's going to have to be a lot of talking between the two centre-halves and N'Golo Kante to make sure that Harry Kane, when he drops into those false nines midfield positions, they don't get sucked in and the runners go off them. That's what Tottenham are going to try and do to Chelsea. I'm intrigued to see how they do it better defensively than Man City did last week.
We're looking at the Spurs' potential starting 11. Of course, Son has been in great goal-scoring form of late. Shaka, Jose Mourinho has actually failed to win on his last 5 visits to Stamford Bridge, taking various teams back to Chelsea. He hasn't won there since he took Inter there, and they won in the Champions League in 2010. How do you see this going on Sunday?
I already mentioned Spurs' away record this season, but to put that in perspective, in their last 2 on the road against Burnley and West Brom, those were narrow wins and late goals in those 2. But this Spurs team is better equipped and prefers to play on the road and against opposition higher up in the league, or the bigger teams in the league, as you saw against City last week. I don't think, I agree with Craig, I don't think Chelsea will make the same mistakes that Manchester City did. They played with 3 centre-halves and 2 wing-backs bombing on. Harry Kane just sat in between the 2 lines, and every time Spurs broke, it seemed to be 3v3. Given Chelsea playing a back 4, you don't see that happening. Given the form that N'Golo Kante has been in, again, you don't see Harry Kane getting the kind of space that he did against City. But it may be a typical but a frustrating evening for Spurs and Jose Mourinho. I just feel tactically and in terms of the one-on-one matchups, Chelsea are better equipped to get the better of Spurs here.
Craig, from a Chelsea perspective, it is the attack of obviously that's getting all the plaudits and the attention, but their defence has really stepped it up too, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think, just the very fact that Kurt Zouma can have Thiago Silva and the wealth of his experience next to him to talk and cajole him and guide him and, get obviously, Kurt Zouma is the more physical, the quicker, the younger of the 2 by some distance. So in some sense, he can cover around any mistakes that Thiago Silva makes. On top of that, they've got a natural left back in Chilwell. And Reece James has really been a phenomenon, and he really has. And not only has he pushed himself into Chelsea side, but he's going to put Alexander-Arnold under pressure for that England slot. So, yeah, the defence, and of course the goalkeeper has been brilliant, and Shaq has touched on that, but the defence had to be better because they shipped a lot of goals last year, a lot of goals, and some of it was down to the goalkeeper, and some of it wasn't. And so Frank Lampard understood this, and he was backed in the market, and they've gone out and they do look stronger. We'll see if they have learned those lessons that City didn't learn the week before, and if they have and they can deal with that, they've got a chance they've got a better chance of winning this game because they can nullify Tottenham in that sense. City did not. The other side of the coin is Toby Alderweireld's been a big player for Tottenham. He's not available, and the likelihood is that somebody like Davinson Sanchez comes in now. He was jettisoned by Mourinho after the debacle that was Tottenham being 3-0 up against West Ham with only minutes to go, and they lost 3 goals. And he just threw a couple of players, Harry Winks and others, to the sidelines. He's going to have to bring at least one of those back in. So they're weakened at the back. All the roads at the moment are pointing for me towards a Chelsea win if they get the defensive aspect of the game right, because their attacking aspect will come naturally.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.